talk about why you shouldn't be a financial slave. And when you hear the word financial slave, you probably think, what does that even mean exactly? So a financial slave is just being attached to money. And by being attached to money, you got to think about it. This world, as much as they say they want you to win, and I can really just talk about the United States financial system and how it works. Can't really talk about any other system because I haven't participated in it. But look at it. As soon as you get paid, what do you pay? Taxes. So what do you pay? You pay federal income tax, you pay state taxes, you pay sales tax when you buy stuff, you pay property taxes. You're paying tax on everything that you have. So all the money that you're getting is really just going back to taxes. All right, now that it's paid, what do you have? You got your leftover income. And now with your leftover income, what do you pay? You pay bills, and who do you pay those bills to? You pay it to corporations. Excuse me. You pay it to corporations. And those corporations are who you pay for your electric, who you pay for your food, and who you pay for all these things. And when the economy goes bad, those prices go up. And what does your income do? Most of the time it stays the same. You might get a slight raise, but for the most part it's staying the same. And now that you have this new income that's going out with no income to replace it, you suddenly have to now continue working. And you might have to work longer because now your bills have went up without you making more money. And then you're so depressed with the way life is going for you. The money that you do have left over, you decide to spend it on luxury items that you can't afford, but you want to feel that instant dopamine, or you want to feel that sense of that you are doing good. And you might be doing relatively good. It's always good to be alive. And from a financial standpoint, you might not be doing that well, but that's how you get stuck as a financial slave, and that's how you get stuck in what they call the rat race. You continue spending money, and you continue to spend the money that you don't have just to feel good about yourself in a world that is collapsing on you. And this is not one of those doom and gloom videos. This is honestly just to show you how that happens and how people get stuck working forever and they never retire. And even retirement, I feel like, was kind of sold as a dream as we get older. And they tell you have to wait till you're like, and then you can retire. Take a seat of this tree. Ooh. They tell you have to wait till you're 65 to retire. And till then, you got to keep working, keep contributing to retirement, keep going to the same job every day, working 9 to 5. And then when you get home, you have kids to worry about. And then you just keep recycling that same thing. Maybe if you're lucky, one vacation a year. Yeah, personally don't want to live like that. And if you ask someone else and you told them what I just told them, they'll say no, but people seem to still get caught in that rat race. I think the younger generation is waking up. Might not be in a way that is the best for the generation. Like, I know a lot of people saying, F them kids, they don't want kids no more. Looking at alternative ways, some people are going to live in vans. And that's not really the way that we should have to live, but it's also not a bad decision the way the world is going. Being smart with your finances and getting ahead before you do decide to make big life changes like that can honestly make your life better. Maybe you stack up so much money and you're able to move to a different country. But back to the topic, that's why you want to be financially smart and not an owner of your money and not be mastered by your money. You don't want to be a slave to the money, and I talked about this in another video. Money should not control your life. It should help you make better decisions in life and help you level up in life. If you stacking money and you're just buying expensive things and you're not stacking for rainy days, you're not saving, you're not investing, then your money won't be there to save you when days are bad. And it's kind of hard, especially when times aren't bad. I'm not going to act like this is the worst time ever. There have been times like depressions, but you never know where the world is going. And when you tell people to make smart decisions with their money, then layoffs come and then things like that, and they're so burdened by bills and stuff, and that's when different things could happen. You could lose your home, you could lose the way that your lifestyle is. And the younger generation, they haven't really experienced that, experienced COVID. But COVID for us, well, at least for me, I was in high school, so it didn't really impact me financially. And then people were getting like checks. But like the Great Depression, 2008, the recession, that was like a bad time for a lot of people. People were getting fired. People were losing their jobs. People weren't able to pay bills. Their houses were getting foreclosured on. And if you know what a foreclosure does, that really can mess up your credit, and that can really mess up your financial life. So I just urge you to kind of up and realize like the decisions that you're making financially, those can enslave you. And you don't want to consume so much that you get into debt. Student debt is a killer for people. Student debt is a debt that a lot of people say they don't plan on paying because it's so high. And once you get out of college, a job is not even a secure thing anymore. So you really just have to be aware of the life that you're creating for yourself at a young age and not consume so much debt. And that's why I'm so against cars, because a car, it can just get you from point A to B. What will be the reasoning to spend $60,000 on a car when you don't even have a secure roof over your head? It's raining. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm about to wrap this video up in a few minutes. But just be aware of what you're consuming and what you're doing with your money, and don't be a slave to the money. Master the money, use it as a tool, and maybe you're able to pay off your house early so you don't have a house payment. Maybe you're able to pay your car off early so you can drive that for the next 10 years. You don't have a car payment. Like I talked about in my car payment video, a car payment on average in this economy is like $700 a month. If you can save $700 a month because you paid off your car for the next 10 years, what does that add up to? I don't know. That's $8,000 a year. That's a little over. And then for the next 10 years, you just save $80,000 just by not a paid off car and a paid off house. Imagine you pay your house off. For the rest of your life, you could save thousands of dollars. Yes, you had to sacrifice to pay that house off, but you put yourself in a position to where now you have so much freed up income. If you look at the commercials now, look at what they're targeting you to do. They're gamble. They're saying this is the new medicine that you need to feel better. You don't need to gamble. You just need to be smart with your money, stack it, save it, and invest it. You don't need to go buy the newest jewelry, the newest cars like they show on these ads and these commercials. It won't make you feel better. You don't need to go do all these things that they're marketing to you. If they're marketing to you, it's probably not a good idea. Most of the time, it's not good. They're marketing gambling. They're marketing bad eats, like unhealthy food. They're marketing so much bad things to you. But because you're not aware of what's going on around you, or you're not aware of what they're showing you, you just fall into it. And if you can't think for yourself, that's what makes you a slave. They market college to you right out of high school, and that's so insane to me. Out of high school, they tell you can sign $60,000 into debt, but if you try to get a business loan, then like they look at you like, nah, you can't do that. You don't have a plan. You don't have. Did you ask me if I had a plan for my college journey? No. Like, and they throw interest on that, and that's what forces you to go to work. Why you can't even graduate college and think like, maybe I don't want to go this route. Maybe I want to take a few years and do X, Y, Z. No, you got to go straight to work. You get to that job, you get to that desk, you type in, and then fast forward 40 years, then they telling you can retire, and then you look at your retirement account because you were paying bills. Maybe you contributed a little, and it's still not even enough to retire. And then maybe Social Security might not even be here. I know, like this, I'm not even trying to scare anybody, but I'm just trying to show you like how I think about finances and how you really should think, because no one is coming to save you financially. No one cares about your finances more than you will. It's called personal finance for a reason. And if you could just wake up and realize how powerful financial literacy can be once you learn it and how it can change your life, then your life will get better financially, and you'll just live a more abundant life because you'll be aware of how your decisions can shape who you become in this life. And finances isn't everything, but it's a big component on how you can move in this life and where you live. Like, you live in nicer neighborhoods, you can eat better quality foods, you can drive better cars if you want, and not even necessarily drive better cars, but you can drive a basic car, but if a tire pops or if something goes wrong, you have the means to pay for it. I seen a video the other day, someone was joking, he was like, in this economy I pay for all new tires. Like, I don't know how much new tires cost, but I think like 400 was what somebody was saying in the comments, and so he spent like 1,600 on tires. The average person cannot afford to do that on a whim. If all 4 of your tires pop, ask yourself, could I pay that 1,600 to get them fixed? You don't gotta comment, you don't gotta tell anybody else, but just think in your head, well, could you afford that? If you couldn't, then you might not be in a financially good spot, and you maybe shouldn't own the car that you own if you can't even afford to change the tires if they were all to get popped. So I'm gonna just wrap this video up, and the main message of this video was be aware of the financial decisions you make, and don't be enslaved by companies and debt and all these things that want your money. They want your money and they want your attention, because your attention is currency. If you on social media all day, that's why they got ads on social media. If you're on social media all day and you scroll and you see consumerism by all your peers, they put on a new drip, they putting on all this stuff, what is it gonna cause you to do? Think about it. You see your homie just got the new, whatever the newest shoes is. I don't really keep up with all the kicks and stuff like that, but you see him got it, and then you go in your explore page, oh, they got it. Oh, my birthday next month, I'm about to buy these $1,000 shoes. Do you have at least 10,000? And I'm not even trying to like get like nobody like talks or hate. It's just like, that's how they get you. It's not in your face. Well, it is if you're aware, but it's not blatant. They're not saying, oh, you gonna give me your money, but they purposely configure social media algorithms on what you like, on what you pay attention to, and that's what they're putting on your feed. They're oh, you want that? You liking this? Let me put that on your feed. They all work together. You ever say something and then you get on YouTube and you see an ad saying just something that you was just talking about a few minutes ago? You don't see that? You just gotta think about it. And you think it's just a coincidence. No, they're listening to you. They're literally working and they're listening to what you say. They're looking at what you click. They're looking at a bunch of different metrics to target ads towards you. And if you don't have a mind and you're just a consumer, you're gonna buy whatever they're selling you. And I don't know, to me it seems crazy, but I've had conversations with other people who honestly think that money is gonna last forever, and it can, and money will come and go, it will. Like, I'm saying fucking hold on to money, like, cause I had that I hold on to money and I never spend it, but it's like, eventually do it just in life a little bit. So spend the money, enjoy your life, but on that flip side, also be smart. If you spend it more than you stacking, that's when you look like you just stupid. I'm not gonna lie. But that's the whole point of this video. I could really go on and ramble about this subject because I honestly believe, and they're not teaching you this in schools. Do you not think that if they're not teaching financial literacy in school, it's something that they don't want you to know? You know Florida, I think Florida just said they have to teach like financial courses, but why is this something that hasn't been being taught forever, and why is it not more widespread? Why aren't more states trying to teach you financial literacy? And if they are, you might have went to a specific school, maybe private school or a charter school where that was just in the curriculum. Because I'd have a class, I'm not gonna lie, that I learned financial literacy and I was at a charter school, but once I went to public school, they didn't have that, I don't think. But overall message of this video is to teach yourself financial literacy, learn from content creators like me, and be aware of decisions you make and how it can impact your future. Because I would hate to have not made the right decisions in life and be trapped by college debt, trapped by a car, trapped by high rent payment or high mortgage payment. Yes, like people say houses investment. Houses are not necessarily investments, because you can't go under on a house if you cannot afford the payment. A house can actually mess your life up if you can't afford the payments, because you're trapped with that payment for 30 years. So just be smart with all your purchases, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace. So just be smart with all your purchases. Don't become a slave to the money, and don't get enslaved by this financial system. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.